All right. All right. Hopefully you all can hear. Hopefully you all can hear that. So let's see here. So mic check 1, 2, 3, 4. I am literally there's that. Let me turn that off. All right, so that's working. Hopefully y'all can hear now. Okay, so audio's good. All right, hit that like button for me, people. Share the video out. Let me tweet this on out. There's that. And that. So, what's up, everybody? Plus Ultra, Trey BK, Rudy of Legends. Check it out, folks. Rudy of Legends for you tomorrow night. I'm going to do. I'm going to read the second Sumerian tablet, either the second or third one. I gotta go through them one more time. So, you know that's happening. No, what's happening? As you can see there, I got the we got 101 more days left for that AMD GPU. As you can see, looking for this 150. And so we got $15 there, courtesy of Rudy of Legends. And so if anybody wants to donate, I'm looking to get the 5600, or I may go ahead and hold myself out and get the 5700 XT. So not for sure. Mega Davo, what is going on, my brother? What is going on? How are you doing today? Or it's Friday. What are you all doing here with an old man? Oh, no. I saw some of those benchmarks, and I'm going to put that on Twitter probably tomorrow. So I saw those benchmarks, man. They were pretty up on it. They were pretty up on it. So let's see here. If let me go ahead and drop this here. Guess if that's what you kids call it. So Buck Rogers said he's an old man too. I know the feeling, Buck Rogers. I'd like to give a shout out here to Peter Parker with the killer message last week about how he felt that the whole take it with a grain of salt thing is kind of actually is ruining the culture, and how and I agree. I mean, one or two rumors is fine. One or two rumors is actually not bad, but you got people that are actually basing their entire friggin' podcast on it. This on rumors. So, but I have to give him credit. So, so the benchmarks are good, but the drivers almost make it unplayable. What do you mean by the drivers? What's up, E1 Matador? Hit that like button for me, folks. And as I said before at the beginning of the podcast, we are 101 days away from the GPU PC challenge. And right now, the PC Community has put $15 towards it. And like I said, it's 150. And you all got that 150, and I got the next 150, and I'll be throwing that 5600 in. So, so too many shows are talking only about rumors like they do are fact. Yeah, it pretty much. This is I mean, again, I'm just kind of doing a part two to the RGT podcast. I was at work, and I've been listening off and on to what they were saying. So shout out to the RGT podcast. They had a couple of some heavyweight guests on there. Hip Hop Gamer was on there, so shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. And all I can say is, look, if Hip Hop Gamer is correct, and they've acquired the 3 studios that he has listed, then Sony's got a pair of brass balls, and so does Hip Hop Gamer for getting this information. I don't know the man personally. This was the wrong podcast to miss. So what I'm wanting to do is hopefully BitCloud can jump on, because I need to ask him a question that's going to be, but I'm waiting on him to see if he can answer it live, or if we have to answer it in the Discord. So I'm hoping that either him or Carlos can hop on. So, but I'm here kicking it. I'm off work. I'm drinking a Pepsi. I've got this thing hopefully lined up good. Hopefully you all get a good picture. You got good sound. You can see there. I've got I've got Grudia Legends at the top there, and there's where his money went. I don't want people thinking that oh well, you know what, he's going to use it for this. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, there you go. But Mega Dave will explain why the 5700 XT is trash. Because what I may end up doing, my goal, because I love this monitor that I have. I don't even have HDR. I've said that before, but I got this Samsung monitor. So yeah, great podcast. Oh, the one that I missed. I know. I'm terribly sorry I wasn't there. But it was I desperately tried to get off for that podcast. So. Oh, well, just type the cliff notes in. We were very busy. I mean, training people up, training some first responders up, getting them, their CPR done. And the CPR class that, I teach was, it took, it's a 4.5 hour course. I mean, we teach you everything from adult to small child to, everything. So drowning, all that was done. But yeah, I desperately wanted to be there. So I'm going to touch on some of the subjects here. Let me kind of give myself a little. There's that, and let's see here. Let me space that, and there's that. That's all done. Just bear with me. I'm just moving this. Let me get it right. There we go. There we go. Yeah, well, just give us the cliff notes, Mega Davo. If you're going to say it's trash, Blue Point's got a new website. Okay. So, yeah, you are Grudia Legend until somebody out comes in. So, Blue Point's got a new website. So, again, look, I'm just here to say, I don't know. That's why I'm waiting on this. Hopefully, BitCloud or Carlos can jump on, and let me see if I can hit up. Let's see here. All right, there's that. So hopefully, BitCloud can jump on. Somebody says Troop Zero Amazon Prime is a good movie, so you all may want to go check that out. So, but shout out to the people that are here now on this Friday night. So why are you all here on a Friday night? Listening to the Messiah. So again, I just got off work. So, what up, BitCloud? Can you jump on, bro? Not for long. We're going to be here for about a half hour to 45 minutes. How's that sound? Just to kind of do a wrap-up show. I'm in that open Discord thing. And if you jump in there, I'll go ahead and let me do this now. Let me go to desktop audio and turn that on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, how you doing, man? Well, first things first, man. Great podcast this afternoon or evening.
Oh yeah, it was good. Good show. Yeah. Move this stuff out the way. Hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry, I had to literally put all my show notes shit away. But
Oh, that's right. No, keep
let's
them
just say,
there. Keep them there. Kind of give us the clip
uh,
notes. Now, I heard you talking about something called an M2 drive. Can you kind of
yeah.
explain what an
Okay.
M2 drive is?
All right, so M2 drives are the small new SSDs that are now available for PCs. You can put them on your board. They're
Okay.
smaller ones that plug directly into the board.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to be in the new next gen consoles. This is what the SSDs are going to be. These are going to be integrated on the board, not upgradable outside. Obviously, you're going to have storage space, but these are not necessarily storage drives. These are performance heavy drives that have the operating system, and games will be launching strictly from this. Now, information we got confirmation from basically. Remember how Sony said a while ago that they're going for the world's fastest console?
Yeah, they said they wanted it to be extremely fast. Correct.
Yeah. The new SSD that they got that's rocking theirs, and this is what Mark Cerny's vision has been, this is what his focus has been, is the SSD. His particular SSD that he put in the PlayStation 5 is 50% faster than the Xbox Series X. And
Okay.
this
Now,
right
how do
here
we know that
goes
that's true? That it's 50%
this well
faster?
according to a Phison work a person from Phison who worked on the Xbox Series X, we know that Microsoft's using an older gen version of the, if I remember correctly, it was the what that was, it was a PCI. It was an older version of the PCI controller for theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is outdated versus what Sony's going for. The reason why Microsoft's going with a heavier GPU this time around is because they want to avoid 2013. So obviously, games they want them to look good.
Yeah.
They don't want to have that issue again. So basically, their issue or their mindset is pretty graphics versus what Sony's doing, where it's efficient machine, a super fast efficient, and both are going to be rocking pretty much the exact same. We know they're pretty much going to be neck and neck. However, the GPU is going to be slightly clocked higher for the Xbox.
Okay, but if their GPU is clocked higher, then if this is true. All right, first things first, can we move this to the take it with a grain of salt type of thing? Is that where we're at
Sure,
right now?
sure. You definitely
Okay.
can. You definitely can. Definitely take it with a grain of salt. But from what we're gathering,
Uh-huh.
again, this is what Sony's going for. The read speeds for this is like 3,700 megabits.
Okay.
So that means the information from the CPU and GPU are going to be carried significantly faster than what you see on Xbox Series X. So really, even if they have a slightly clocked, higher GPU, they won't have this issue. Like Sony's not going to have that much of an issue in terms of this. And this goes back to what we've been saying on RGT numerous times. The battle is going to be in the what? The games, the
Yeah,
first party
the
software. So
content. Yeah.
yeah, and Microsoft showed off another game. It was Project Mara. That looks good, but again, the battle is really going to be in those first party catalogs.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this then. If they have the same type of SSD, so they're both all right.
No,
So one's
this
going
is
to have a
different.
performance SSD, and Xbox is going to be based on more storage.
No, they're both load times.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are going to have no load times. They're both rocking M2 drives. However, Sony's rocking a different particular one, a much
Okay.
better one. And also they're rocking, they have a better PCIe, Express
Okay.
controller inside their system versus what Microsoft's doing. So both are going to be rocking they're both are going to be rocking M2 drives. We've already got confirmation this basically, right? No
Mm-hmm.
load times are going to be, load times are not going to be a thing on either console. Plus, they're talking about multiple applications being opened at once, in different games.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff right here is all going to be running on M2 drives for both. So they're both going to have it, but Sony's doing this a little bit better in terms of efficiency.
Oh, I see. So they're going to be more efficient, and
Yeah, that's why it's going to be power versus efficiency.
all right, but the power is roughly going to be the same. I mean, if you're telling me, so if Foxy is correct, and
Yeah.
PlayStation is going to carry more information faster, then
Yep.
Xbox is going to be bleeding information. I mean, won't that help hurt performance?
And remember, PS5 is running on a chiplet design.
Yeah.
So this has all been made in, this is all made in due time. This is all well thought out.
Okay.
Microsoft, again, when you have a higher GPU,
Yeah.
usually with a higher running GPU, frame rates do go higher. Obviously,
Correct.
this is a thing.
Okay.
However, the CPU has to be a factor in this too. Now, obviously, both are going to be rocking pretty much the same CPU. CPUs wise, they're going to be fine, but usually you would have higher frames per second with a better GPU. In this case, they're going to have some good frame rates on Xbox Series X. But again, Sony's M2 Drive carrying the information. This also is going to boost up their FPS as well, and this is what they're focusing on. Both.
All right, so they're both going to be doing the same thing then. Shout out to Buck Rogers
Pretty
with the
much.
big pipe. So
Fat pipe, yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean that's my whole point. That's what I'm just trying to understand is that if they're both gonna have M2 drives, and one is gonna have a faster GPU based on take it with a grain of salt, okay, and the other one's gonna have a slightly underclocked GPU but a faster SSD. Is that kind of what everybody is going with now?
Well, again, the whole efficient thing, this is where I said in my video before we even got to RGT, Microsoft will still have the better looking visual because remember, their GPU is what? Clocked higher, right? So their games are going to look better, especially if the third parties take full advantage of it. It's going to look good and better at times. However, what Sony's going to be doing, it won't be that much of a big difference, I don't think, and this is really going to close that gap even further. With them going with an efficient system that's strictly all about just speed, and you see them with Spider-Man, that's their whole mindset. I don't think they'll have this issue, period, to begin with.
I see.
So we got quite a bit from Hip Hop Gamer. He came in, he was even talking about the whole Kojima thing, about Sony actually buying Kojima Productions.
Yeah, now I was going to ask you, was something said in the Discord kind of off mic to everybody to kind of keep their mouth shut about, or was everything pretty much just said on the podcast? I mean, and shout out to Hip Hop Gamer because if he's right about this, he's got a pair of brass balls. If this information is correct, because I saw those 3 studios, and if it's those 3 studios, that's gigantic.
That is huge. And he said it basically off of, now he was going off of the history that they worked with each other for one, but also how close they've been working with in terms of the Decima engine. Decima engine is the key here. And that's what he said, that's probably why this more likely is the case where they bought Kojima Productions. Kojima Productions teased a horror game.
Okay. Yeah,
and you remember before Kojima even left Konami, he was working on a what? Horror game. And the thing is,
what horror game?
That horror game had a certain character who's in Death Stranding, Norman Reedus. So they're saying that they actually bought Kojima Productions, and that probably PT probably is going to come back as well. So that's what's going on here. So he was breaking down very, very good. He went through all the interviews that he had with the developers. Also, some stuff he did say keep under wraps, so he wasn't really dropping a lot of stuff. Like in terms of
if he said stuff in the Discord off mic, if you want to share it with me off mic, fine. I put in the chat PT means part-time. So I mean, because that's what it means to me, so
part-time. But it was awesome. It was really, really good. Really good. A lot of info. A lot of confirmation to what we've been talking about on RGT for everybody, like even you, like a lot
of. I felt the binge, when I was, and I'll be able to listen to all of it. And
you got to tune in. You're going to be shocked by how much confirmation you get out of today's show and everything we've been going over for weeks and weeks. I mean, it's all there in today's show. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I felt the binge. But now let me ask you, if they were to get their hands on those 3 studios, would they make games just for PlayStation, or were they
of course
split? Well, all right, so they wouldn't make them for PC then.
Here's the thing. Remember, let's go back on one of the RGT episodes. Sean Layton said back in 2018, I think, before he left late last year, right? He said sometime in 2018, late 2019, that certain select PlayStation exclusives were going to go to PC.
Yeah, he did. Yes,
and so
October,
what I believe, and this is where my theory goes into play when it comes to the exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all the games that you see in the greatest hits selection so far will make their way to PC natively. So, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn is in the greatest hit selection for PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah.
We know for a fact Detroit Become Human was in the greatest hit selection on
that wasn't their
PlayStation
game,
4.
though, but
And yeah, it wasn't their game, but that's on their greatest hits.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. MLB The Show, greatest hits.
Mhm.
I'm thinking there are games like that that are going to be on there. And what this is basically them testing the waters and getting more games on board. Because you notice majority of the games that they're putting on PC, they have sequels in the making for PlayStation 5. Spider-Man is yet to go to PC, but I would not put it past them to put Spider-Man on PC just so they can advertise Spider-Man 2 and get more eyes on Spider-Man 2. You know, especially if they really play Spider-Man and they go, you know what, I really want to play this, but damn, I can't play into part 2 yet. I got to get, you know what I'm saying? I got to get the PS5. And that's probably what they're going to work on. And again, if you go back to what's going on again, I do believe that's probably what they're going to do for sure. As far as like them doing a day and date, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And the reason why they're not doing a day and date, because remember, Sony is still relying on what? Hardware and software sales. So it makes sense for them to continue what they're doing here instead of focusing on the strictly software and service route. The reason why I would say that I don't believe that they would go this route so far, at least not yet, at least, is because Sony didn't change their metrics to what Microsoft's doing. Microsoft changed their whole metrics and the way they're operating the business as a whole. It's like that.
Yeah. Now so what? All right. Yeah. So the studios, it's got House Marquee. I'm just looking here. House Marquee, Remedy, and Kojima. Is he higher on one? Is he feel the same on all three? Does he feel one's hotter than the other one? Is he just going based on the developers he talked to? You know, kind of.
Oh, you talking about Hip Hop Gamer?
Yeah, Hip Hop.
Well, House of Marquee and the other one that you mentioned, with Remedy, we didn't talk about those two. It was strictly Kojima.
Okay.
And for what and for Kojima, we went strictly to who he's talked to in the industry and who he's actually got like information from.
Okay.
And that's where it's adding to Kojima being the actual purchase here. It actually would make sense for them to buy Kojima versus I mean, honestly, Remedy would be good too, but I would. It makes sense to get Kojima right now first, especially with Death Stranding being as hot as it is right now.
Yeah, there people were saying that it flopped. Like, game did not flop.
Well, those are what we call feeble-minded thinkers.
Yeah,
so
sometimes you just have to roll your eyes.
Sometimes you gotta roll your eyes.
But yeah, I was peeked in on the podcast, man. Yeah, over 400 watching at one point on that podcast today. So
today,
yeah, at one point, yeah, you had over.
We have almost 500 today.
Yeah, well, when I looked, it was 409, but I looked for like a second. I literally was like, let me see what's going on for a second. So then I went back a little bit and was able to listen to some of it. So, I mean, if it's I'm just trying to understand it. Shout out to J-Dub City.
Yeah, you're gonna get more info. Is definitely going to drop. February is definitely the month.
Right.
I want you to take that. I want you to mark that in your calendar. February is the month. We're getting something for February. The reveal, whatever. We're getting that here this month for sure. That's where we're going to be at, and it's going to be good in general. So, with that being said, I'll just wait for more info to drop, more clarification. You know, so I can see that too.
No, that's
So get ready. Just be excited, man. Be excited. Everything we talked about, best believe. Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, what's the new saying on how many T-flops the Xbox and the PlayStation are going to be now?
You know what?
I said, how many T-flops are these consoles going to be now?
You know, the T-flop war, we already know it's not going to be stopped.
Yeah,
clarification. The first time it was like what? First it was for PS. Well, okay, let's go back to Xbox. First it was like what 12 right?
Mm-hmm.
Then reports came out that it was 11. Then, well, first it was 12, and these dudes just went all over the place. See, nothing can match nothing can match the Xbox. PlayStation's gonna be over, and I'm like, there's no
Yeah.
confirmation, but okay.
Right.
Jack Reacher didn't help the situation either. So he said, so it's like 12 teraflops. Like, okay, whatever. Then as soon as the information goes, oh, it might be 11, guys. You shut right up. I was like, you don't say.
Hold
And
up,
then
Jack Reacher said that.
no. It was information that came out that it
Oh, okay,
could be
okay,
11. And then
okay.
after that, the internet stopped for a little bit. And then after that, there was reports that Sony's was going to be like 10. Because remember, it was 9, right? It was 9.2.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's 9.2. Yeah, you guys are over it. I'm like, not really. No confirmation. But okay, again, Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher, my man said it could be, what you guys think about this? I personally think it's terrible. I'm like, well, no shit. It's not confirmed. So fucking go back there. So Jack Reacher said that. So again, as far as the T flop war, it could very well be very, very neck and neck. I could see 11 versus 10 something, maybe. For
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, I've not heard
PS5 might
anything.
be 10, Series X 11 something, easy. And both will have that particular thing going on there. And of course, you'll have the dumbasses. Well, 11's greater than 10, and you'll have it's like 6 over 4, and they don't look at the damn they don't look at the track record of games, and that's just nonstop. So you can't really do much with that, bro.
Wow. I don't understand why I have a higher clock GPU but then have a slower SSD.
I'm just thinking that because remember we saw this isn't nothing new with them. You think about it, because remember all they did with the Series X was what? Put a better GPU, higher performance GPU in the Xbox One X, and slightly clocked the CPU a little higher. Yeah. That's it.
True.
So this isn't really nothing new to them. Them putting a better GPU is really nothing new. Just I guess they figured because the new Zen 2 processors are really, really good.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily need to rely as much on the SSD. Maybe that's the mindset. Maybe they thought, okay, we're going all out with a GPU. This is going to be it. No complaining. They're going to have some good looking games just from the GPU alone, and problem solved. But looking at the things now, again, it's like even with that GPU, you got to look at the longevity and you got to look at certain aspects that clearly Mark Cerny was looking at for sure with PS5. And I'm thinking that might be their downfall. You know what's funny? Before we went live, it was crazy. It was like an hour. It was like 3 hours before we went live. Review Tech USA even brought up my point in his live stream or his video he put up. He's like, "Oh, this is a huge problem if this shit is true about Series X." And he was talking about the PCIe controller, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm glad somebody else sees what I see here. That controller needs to be a little up to date."
Now, is there any way you can get it and then they do something like some kind of firmware update, or is this a hardware issue?
This is a hardware. Hang on a second. Hello. Yeah, what's up? Okay. All right. Sorry, that's my phone. But this is all hardware. This isn't something a software fix can do. This isn't like a patch can do. No, this is strictly hardware. This controller is all about the data going from the GPU and the CPU. That's what it's about. And with the M2 drive is just the speed in which that data goes. Since Sony's going with a more higher end controller plus a better SSD, bam, you get what I'm saying? Better and more efficient, super fast. That's what they're going for.
Okay, so now it's all right. So speed versus all right. Yeah, I remember saying that.
Yeah, speed or efficiency. I call it efficiency because let's just be real here. If everything's running in unison 3 times better than the competition, then clearly you got a better chance of outshining one another because your data is traveling faster and things appear faster on the screen. You get what I'm saying? Now, in terms of like how fast it would be. Now, again, Series X is not going to be super bad, right? It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I'm not knocking it. I won't be buying
but I'm talking like it's going to be like seconds, right? For Series X, it's going to be like seconds versus milliseconds at this point. That's what it's kind of like. It's kind of it's going to be like a few seconds, few seconds behind, and Sony's is going to be milliseconds, like instant.
All right, so you're going to
That's the
be
goal.
all right. So it's going to be you load up a game,
Yep.
and the game loads up, and then once it
Mm-hmm.
has it, it's just going to automatically be pretty much
Be
be
ready to
in.
go. Your game's
Yeah.
ready to go. When
Okay.
you play your games, also they confirmed a while ago that you can download portions of the game. Now I remember Foxy talked about that, downloading portions of the game and select portions which you want. For example, if you might not want the single player, you can completely ignore downloading the single player portion of a game and download only the multiplayer and play only the multiplayer. You know, I'm going with this. So these things are going to be faster on PlayStation 5. And that's where, again, people are not seeing that. They're just seeing that the graphics card might be better. And that's fine. You know, Series X is going to be good. No console is going to be no slouch. Both consoles are going to be great. But again, Sony's, I would put my money on the PlayStation at this point.
Yeah. All right.
I'm buying both regardless. So,
All right. Now, what was the report I saw? And again, this is somebody was just being flat Jack Reacher. The Sony CPU was like 6 or 10% faster than the.
okay, I didn't see anything about a CPU. The only thing I heard about was strictly the SSD. As far as I'm concerned, the CPU portion, because they're both rocking Zen 2. So I'm pretty sure they're both the same.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure they're the same.
Well, damn. So it just sounds like right now this is the PS5 is going to be more efficient. If
more
efficient,
stuff,
yeah, more efficient. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
both are gonna be good, but
yeah,
one's gonna be like this, bro. You know, like that, and the other is gonna be just as good. So again, games are gonna be. I'm telling you, man. I can't wait till we see the first demo for sure, first gameplay. Because let's be real here, Godfall looks good, right? But it's not. It's not from Sony's first party. It's not from any of the first party studios. That's a third party dev. We need the first party to showcase.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm hoping that we see at the at one of these events. That you know, even the Spider-Man demo, as I was saying to people before, is that give me that Spider-Man demo anytime. You know,
yeah. The only thing they showed us so far, PS5 related, and because we talked about it, was the old Spider-Man pop in or load time video we saw where they were loading in the textures. There was no pop in on screen versus the PS5, PS4 Pro. Remember that?
Yeah.
PS4 Pro had pop in. It took a minute for it to load. You saw like the little loading at the bottom right. There was no issue on PS5. It literally was just like, you know, just going super fast and nothing popped in. And so that's where again, you're gonna have that. So we saw that so far, but we're gonna have to get more of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking we'll probably get more on the haptic triggers as well in February.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's in a couple weeks then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely. Get a little refresher.
Save big on the best brands of tires and wheels. Then ship free to over 1,000
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Stores.
Right, there we go. Yeah, that just popped up. So, but no, it's well, I mean, they're both going to be capable.
Oh yeah, both are going to be capable. No slouch on either side. Both are going to be capable. For sure. So definitely.
Yeah. And somebody said that the new rumor and Social John said Sony has a better GPU RAM. Well, Big Cloud was just saying that the GPU for the Xbox is supposed to be clocked higher. So wouldn't that make it the better GPU? So,
yeah, they have a better GPU because you know a better GPU is in Xbox Series X. So I said Microsoft will have the advantage in the graphics in terms of pushing graphics a bit, right? However, Sony's going to be more efficient in terms of how fast theirs shows up as well. So even if they had a better, more sharper looking games, Sony's would not look that much different because of the data passing through. You know what I'm saying? How fast it is in that controller. It'd be simple. It's not going to be that crazy insane. It's going to be, I'm telling you, you're going to see what I'm talking about when you see the visuals.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like they're getting to the same spot differently. Which kind of goes, kind of goes with Foxy was saying almost a year ago when he said it's like being in a sandbox and somebody builds a sandcastle one way, and you build it a different way. It's still,
but you're still going to get the same result. Yeah, you're going to get the same result.
So
yeah,
exactly
what it's going to be.
Have an efficiency fast, and they can load their data faster, then the graphics are going to be the same. It's just they're going to be done differently. I mean, they'll get there at the same time, and but yeah, wow.
You said I think you said something about before we because I was mad you couldn't make the show. Well, I was mad, but I was shocked you couldn't make the show. I remember you made a post. You was like, would the GPU bottleneck the Xbox Series X? I don't think it will bottleneck the Xbox Series X, but that might be that might reflect in the frame rate, maybe.
Yeah,
depending on how well these CPUs are, that might reflect it. Because remember, I don't think we've seen the CPUs in full-fledged action just yet, right? So we have to see the CPUs in full-fledged action for me to really answer that for you. Like I have to see like a legit demo of that.
Correct.
But all I can go off of is the SSD so far. And again, going off the SSD and how things are traveling between the PCI controller and the graphics card and CPU, I don't think so. I think they're going to be fine. And I think Series X will be fine. I don't think it'll be no issue for them at all. I don't think so.
Well, right. Yeah. I was just like, well, if they're going to have information, if they're going to have a higher GPU and a higher clock GPU, but
yeah, because these CPUs are already clocked high to begin with when we were getting.
But then their CPU is, I'm sorry, everything else, their SSD, if it's going to be helping with the information load, it's not as fast. To me, that says bottleneck. But I mean, again, that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. Like I said, I didn't know. I was just like, well, let me reach out and ask some people. So somebody said something about the Lockhart and Microsoft's new games. Well, I mean, look, people were sitting up there kind of mocking the Xbox community about their games. It's like, look, why? You say they should get excited when they show games. They actually show games. They get excited, and you all were still going in. It's just like, look, now, for me personally, when I saw there's no gameplay, I want to see gameplay. So, and that's just who I am. That's just kind of I'm old school. Don't
right
tell
now,
me the whiskey tastes good. Pour me a shot.
Now, that's the new damage control. It feels like, right? It's like because we got the power, right? Now it's like, oh well, shit. I'm hearing this more efficient. So let me talk about the lower ends with the spec model. That's not gonna beat the PS-5 in terms of performance. Let's talk about the lower spec model. See, Microsoft has a win because this thing is cheaper and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's cheaper, but
see, I agree with Gaming Forte. Had somebody made a console that concentrated on 1440p, 60 frames a second, with high graphics settings, you don't need 4K. I mean, like I said, I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda, and that game's trash. Okay, but I'm playing at 1080p. All right, on my 1080p monitor, and I'm playing at 60, a little over 60 with high graphics settings, and it looks better than the version that's on the PS4 Pro that's checkerboard at 4K. I mean, graphically, it looks better. It looks clean, and of course, it sounds better. But yeah, I just to me, that's what they should have done. Now, and who knows? Maybe that's what it'll be next, because that's what I would buy. Like if Lockhart, if Microsoft comes out there and says, "Hey, we're going to do everything: 1440p, high graphic settings, 60 frames a second, $399." I'll have to look at that. That's all I can say. I mean, I'll look at that. So.
Definitely.
But if they're going to say, even if they say 1080p, and if they say 1080p over 60 frames, again, that's going to sell a lot of consoles.
60 FPS. It's definitely the standard next gen for sure. I don't think we'll have any issue in that. We're going to have that as the quote unquote standard for sure.
All right. What's your opinion on them being able to jailbreak the old games? That are at 30 and stuff like that. Like say Resident Evil.
You mean on PS5 and Series
PS5
X?
and Xbox, yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, again, that goes back to what I think is going to happen. Because remember, we saw what Microsoft did this, right? They did the whole, they had like a separate team and they went back to enhance, like they went back with the coding for those games, or they told the developers they can unlock the coding or something like that for it and enhance it. So I'm thinking that's just going to be the same thing. It's basically that probably more likely is going to rely on the developer being willing to go back and upgrade some of those older games, and that's probably what they're going to do. The thing about Xbox One X, I think we all can agree, it was just weird that when we first saw the Xbox One X, they went back, like really back to Rise of the Tomb Raider for a demo. And we was like, where's the new, you know what I'm saying? We were all like,
Oh
that's not
yeah,
really good
yeah. Oh, you're talking about
representation.
Xbox One X, then?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
One
okay.
X. So
Yeah,
they did that where developers had to go back and tweak the game. So I'm thinking, again, that's going to be up to the developer. I'm pretty sure they'll say that even for Microsoft, that's up to the developer. Now, the reason why I believe games in general are getting pushed back is because of this particular topic we're talking about here. Games are going to be upgraded. They're getting upgrades right now for the next gen systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do believe that's why they're getting pushed back. Some of these games.
Okay, so you think the sound will be better and stuff like? You think they can go back in and redo all that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a lot faster. No load time. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be looking at Cyberpunk. I can't wait for we get the comparisons. Everybody in the chat hit that like button. But I can't wait till we start getting the comparisons for like Cyberpunk versus like PS4 Pro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus PS5. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. They're gonna run super fast on the next gen, even on the Series X.
Yeah, the only way I would get Cyberpunk is if I get this new GPU. And like I said, I'm not too far off. I'm $135 off. So
okay.
So yeah, because I'm gonna pay for the first 150, and I challenge the PC community to come up with the other 150. So
challenge them for me. So
yeah, we're gonna find out. You know, with the PC community, if they're gonna put their money where their mouth is. So I saw those performances between the 5600 XT, and it was up against the 1660, and it was humiliating. The 1660. It's like, yeah, it's stupid to,
pretty much from what I'm looking at, these things are gonna be on par with like a higher end 1070, maybe.
You talking about
like
the
a
consoles?
Yeah, the new consoles are probably gonna be on par with like the 1070, a little higher. Maybe.
I was told I was told over a year ago, expect the performance of a Vegas
like
64.
A 1070. Yeah, like a 1070, a little higher.
Yeah.
Maybe close to a 1080, maybe max to put it there.
Yeah, some games to a 1080, yeah.
Yeah, because dev kits, we already know dev kits are what? Always stronger. Correct. So I think it'll be there for sure. Yeah, 1070 Ti. Ironically, if it's a 1070 Ti, then they'll be up here with my rig that I have right now. My rig has a 1070 Ti in it right now. So all I have to do is upgrade my rig, upgrade my graphics card to a 2070, and I'm good to go. But again, that's what that's all they got. So that would be good. So again, 60 frames would be no issue next gen.
Which is a difference, guys. I can tell you that much. You actually feel that when you go from
people haven't ever experienced it, or probably the best way to explain 60 FPS versus 30, you would have to play a game that is 30 locked, right? Versus a 60, and then you can see how faster it is, how more responsive it is. More freedom.
I've done that. I did it with Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm just like, all right, this is 60. I'm like, I was like 60.
And we don't want to go into the 120 frames yet. So,
oh yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, for me, Sony, for me, I need to see a game running on the console, and I know it's gonna play 4K movies. I'm sure they'll have a little short shot at that. Fine. Yeah, I need that, and I need and again, I need to see the games running. Don't like I said, don't tell me your whiskey and bourbon is good. Everybody can tell me that. I need a shot. I need to see it in motion, so, and I can say, oh, all right, yeah, look at the gameplay. That's why I was really, that's why I really enjoyed the PlayStation E3 a couple years ago when they showed those two girls kissing. I'm like, all right, well, they're going to actually show some gameplay. We got, 3 to 5 minutes.
It's going to be a lot faster on PS5, what you say? I'm a day.
Oh, I got a super chat. I got a new sub. Marcus Grant just subscribed. Okay. Well, thank you, Marcus Grant. As you can see, my little thing up there, I have no idea what I did, but that's the thing for the new subs. So shout out to Marcus Grant. So
nice.
Yeah. Somebody asked a question here. All right. Now, Social Jones is saying it's not the same result. He says PS5 is computing 2 times as fast as its rival, which makes it more powerful. PS5 is Usain Bolt. You should have capitalized that. While Xbox Series X is everybody behind him.
Well, again, the computing power, again, yeah, it does have higher from what we're looking at. The computing power is definitely a lot better for PS5, but you got to take into a few things into account as well. So even though they have a better running CPU, Microsoft still does have a higher end GPU. So graphics would still look a tad bit better, especially if they really tapped into it for first party wise. Like you would see better details, especially with the ray tracing that they're doing. But at the same time, even with Sony processing on this, it goes back to what you just said when I said the CPU, everything will look, it won't look that big of a, it won't be that big of a difference in terms of comparison because of that CPU and of course the new M2 drive that are so
Yeah,
so
so they're both gonna have M2 then, right? They're
yeah,
both gonna
both
have
are pretty
M2,
much gonna have M2 drives.
but
Yeah.
the Sony's proprietary technology is. Did they
Remember,
do it with
Sony invested
Samsung?
in M2 drives. Remember that? Sony put a lot of resources in development
Yeah.
to the SSD. So yeah, this one is custom made what they're doing with what
Okay.
they're saying.
So their CPU, I'm sorry, their SSD is
Mm-hmm.
faster. It will help even if they have a lower clock bandwidth on their GPU, the SSD in theory, all right, this is if all this is true. So in theory, the SSD, so even though it's kind of lagging behind, it's like going to give it some
Yeah.
like 5 hour energy, and then it's going to boost it either even
Exactly.
or higher. Is that kind of what you're looking at? As you all can see, that you all asked for the Nightbot. The Nightbot is here. It's
Oh
vicious.
God.
It's out of control. I can't control it. So
We'll have
it's
to
you
we'll have
know.
to do that as soon as we end the stream. So you
Oh well,
hopefully
yeah.
hopefully you didn't ban Antonia. Nah, I had to time them out.
No,
But anyway,
it can't. Yeah, it can't.
oh okay,
It
okay,
can't
yeah.
ban like the same people. Now, I did marry the ban list, which
Uh-huh.
YouTube did.
So is it words? You put is it certain words is banned? That's why
Well,
it
I
ties
mean,
up.
there's people that it's banned because there's
No, I'm talking
people
about
that
for words. Do you have like
words.
words banned
Not. I don't
certain
think
words?
so. I think
Yeah,
those
because like
words are on. I
you
think
can
those
have
words are
it
on
keep
YouTube.
people.
They're on the
Yeah, you can
YouTube.
have it censor in terms of that, in terms of words, but
Uh-huh.
if it's just timing people out for the sake of timing people out, you might want to check it out because a lot of people ran into issues with theirs where they were like just it was doing more than just timing out. It was just flat out hiding people, like delete, like blocking people, and you got to check into it. So we're gonna have to look into your settings for yours, so that way it's not blocking people for the sake of blocking people.
Yeah.
Mine, I only tell mine to just advertise, the
Yeah.
show
See,
and
I had no
everything.
idea how to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so we're gonna have to. I'll walk you
yeah,
through everything. We're gonna
because
do all
this
that,
is
but
out of control. It's like Rambo.
yeah. Somebody asked me, did do I believe PS5 be full legacy pack? Yes, I do believe so. I think Sony's gonna have a separate team. If not, developers are gonna strictly work on that to bring games backwards and pat with PS5. Due to their remastering engine. Basically, from what we got from Hip Hop Gamer, they basically spilled the beans. Remakes are the new hotness, basically, and remakes bring in 3 times more profit than remasters. So it would make sense to to bring those games back, just remaster them back, like through the engine, versus having to create a whole separate new game and do it all over again. You can just bring it back and have it work natively.
Well, okay, so Resident Evil 2 is a remake, correct?
Resident Evil 2 is a complete remake, yes.
Okay, so that's what's
Same
coming.
characters, but
Right.
told in a completely different way.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they didn't have Ada on there, so that's what I'm waiting. So, yeah, I don't know. The Nightbot is Skynet for me. So I didn't even know it was here, but then somebody woke it up. That's piss. So let's give it out the L.
So you got that. And then you got Resident Evil 3 remake as well. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah. All right, so what again? Big Cloud was good enough to come on late night, Friday night. This young brother could be out there destroying the, wrecking the crib and being trying to be Atlanta's version of the 60-minute man. But he's jumped on with us. Nightbot is not Blue Waffle. I can tell you that right now. So, but yeah, this Nightbot is out of control. For all I know, it's going to take my money tomorrow. You know, I'll come up, I'll wake up, and my money will be gone, and it'll say Nightbot. So it's Friday night. Yeah, the Nightbot should be clubbing. So PS5 goes to PC, will destroy Steam. Again, there's going to be Jim Ryan, not even Jim Ryan. You go back to Sean Layton. Sean Layton says select games would go to PC. So that's from Sean Layton. So that's why when people say, well, what direction Sony's going in, it's kind of like what they've already said what they're doing. So, you know, yeah, I do have an Alexa. Alexa, hello.
Hi, Craig.
Nothing can destroy Steam. Yeah, Steam is trash. Like Steam doesn't have Mass Effect 1 on it. So and also Grand Theft Auto 5 and the Ubisoft games that are on Steam, you gotta have some kind of launcher. So it's just stupid stuff like that. I'm like, man, this is trash. But I do have to play the Batman games. Everybody keeps telling me the Batman games are real good. So how does Alexa know my name? It's programmed. It's an AI. So, you know, it's an artificial intelligence. It's not. It's a low level AI. Is what it is. But yeah, you program it with your name, and it learns to speak your name. And you ask it. You can say good morning to it, good evening. So, and you know, just stuff like that, and it'll tell you jokes. It'll keep me. I can listen to radio through it. I didn't know that. If I tell it to turn on, I don't know, ESPN radio, it will turn it on. So, so it's cool. Japan has anime Alexis. Yeah, they do. So, so it only, and I mean, it doesn't have an AI to the point where it can determine, um, you know, it can't determine my voice as far as a true AI. So it'll just say, I don't know who you are, but you're on Craig's account. So, okay. Alexa, will PlayStation 5 have any exclusives?
Nah, I'm back.
I don't know that one.
It doesn't know. They haven't updated it yet, Spartan God. Ask it, is it? Now, these people wanted me to ask this thing questions. No, okay. Alexa, are you thick? Alexa, are you thick? It doesn't know. So I can ask it how old it is and how tall it is. So
No, God.
I mean, you can do that. So
You about to have a damn Boondocks situation.
oh, there you go. There you go. Well, yeah, bro. But yeah, did you want to add anything else as far as the studios, or was he taking? I mean, I guess it sounds like it's an educated guess. What he's doing.
Aside from the Kojima thing, really, you see, the thing is, nobody really talked about other studios. That's the thing. We just didn't talk about other studios.
Mhm.
It's still up in the air, right? In terms of who they could be looking to grab in terms of support. So, really, if I was to toss one up here, I would say Housemark for sure.
Well, I thought they just got an infusion of cash.
Yeah, I don't know. I would throw Housemark in the mix if they didn't get purchased yet. Housemark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I'll throw Housemark.
Ask Alexa, is Xbox trash? No, I will not ask. It knows about Cortana though, so it knows Cortana's
Like,
an
oh,
AI.
I heard about Katana.
Yeah, it does know Cortana's an AI. It knows
It's like I'm not
Cortana's a
authorized to
series.
talk about that device. For that
Yeah.
terms.
So yeah, but it's nah, but it'll tell you how old it is and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, bro. But yeah, we could jump. I'll jump on off here and yeah, if you can are you busy tomorrow? Because I've actually got something that I'm cooking. But if you're not busy
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I
just
can
hit
jump
me
in.
up because I'll be home after 12 o'clock because I'll be out
Yeah, what time?
running.
What time?
Yeah, between after 12, I'd say between 1 and 3.
Okay, I'll definitely be stop by.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, and then we'll get it all rolling. So
Absolutely.
that'll give me a chance to eat my cooking.
Dude, I went and got me a barbecue sandwich. So trust me, I'm already eating right now.
Oh, I feel you. All right then, bro. Well, hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Great podcast, by the way. Shout out to you and Carlos and Foxy and Blaze.
Oh yeah, well, we'll get you on. You said you have to work next week, right? Too.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm doing some OT so I can get this new GPU and something called an
I got you.
SSD. So
I got you.
I may have to get a motherboard. I don't know if my 350B will host it.
Well, look up. If you need a good motherboard, you're going with Ryzen or Intel?
What do you think? I mean, I have a Ryzen 3600X here. I just haven't put it to the PC yet. So I've got the new CPU. I was talking last week to Pablo the third, and yeah, we were both amazed at how my 1080. I mean, I'm amazed at this 1080p monitor, and I don't have HDR on it. Just how clean everything looks. And I didn't know it had all these settings on. I'm like, man, well, let me just kind of go in here and see what they're talking about. And it had like G Sync and F Sync and all, and so now everything is just buttery smooth when I play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Odds are you're probably going to be with Asus in terms of boards. I think that's the main one that's supporting Ryzen in terms of the board. So I think you're going to be on Asus side. So look for Asus. Okay. And there's a lot of good boards for that. I don't know if you want RGB. Maybe the RGB Strix you can get super cheap now. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah, I've kind of gotten away from RG. What's it called? Like, I do want the sync. Is I'm saying that right? The heat sink.
The heat sink.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, those are going to be on the. You want them on the RAM, right? You want those type of RAM sticks? Yeah, those.
Well, on the no. I want those just on the CPU. The kind of
Oh, you talking about the little yeah.
The kind that sits on the 2700X that glows the LED style. Yeah, I want that one. Separately, it costs $38. So I'm like, well, I may just buy it separately and have them install everything. Because they were like, well, we'll install it, and they said it'd be like $50, but they have 7 days to do it. So when it goes into the shop to get done, it's gonna go into the shop to get done. So because I'm gonna upgrade it one time, and I just rather take all of it and be like, yeah, I want like Vin Diesel's character Xander Cage did in Triple X1 when he said, I need you to put all this shit in here. I'm gonna say that.
I need all that in here.
I need all this in here. So here's your money. I like paying up front. Spartan God said I should ask Alexa, should Luca and Ryan get married?
Oh God.
I know.
John, you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
I have to look, but I want crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill me in my sleep. Trust me.
Well, wake up dead. Wake up with his throat slit.
I won't even wake up. I'll be castrated before I can go to sleep.
Listen to him. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I'm sorry I missed it. I was like, man, when I saw that pop up.
No, it's good. No, it's fine, dude. I know shit. You got a job, man. You got work, man. Shit. Life.
Yeah, I'm getting that OT.
I think those.
I may get that 5700 XT and hold myself out. So, so yeah, but who knows? Maybe next, a couple weeks. My goal is to get it on the 7th. My computer should be on the 7th of well, damn, I don't want to do it and then Sony do their thing. So I'll wait till Sony does their presser. If they do,
the press conference supposedly again, we didn't get no actual date. Probably, I'm my guess probably the 5th or the 12th of next month. We'll get the date. So.
And again, that's a short month. That's Black History Month, so my computer will be going in.
So that makes sense for like around that time. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Black History Month is a month we need to make it. So Black History Month is in March. So F that February. We got the new month. But all right then, bro. Well, hey, tell you what, guys, we're gonna jump on off here. Big Cloud's eating. I gotta get my food up off the oven. So that's the way it works, though. But appreciate you coming through, bro. And
anytime.
Yeah, hit me up tomorrow. I'll be home after 1:00. I know that. So
all right, you got it. Sounds good. Definitely.
Right, All right, guys, we're gonna jump on off here. Appreciate you all coming by on short notice. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to schedule this thing and it still be the same thing that it is scheduled. So, because yeah, you got to set things up differently now on YouTube. But all right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Shout out to you on Friday night. Shout out to the RGT podcast. Sorry I missed it. Great podcast though. But guys, check it out and check out Hip Hop Gamer and Blaze 4K. And remember, take it with a grain of salt. You all take it
Always.
easy. Stay blessed.